Namaste, Vanakkam to one and all. Today's my topic is diabetes management and prevention through yoga. Diabetes, which is common everywhere throughout the world. Millions of people are suffering from bad effect of it. They take different type of medicine which only controls for some time, maybe 6 months or a year. After that body becomes used to, then doctor has to increase dose. Once they start medicine, their dependency increases. However, consuming a lot of medicine can be very dangerous and even fatal, as medicine works in the body in a variety of ways. Friends, diabetes is the mother of all the diseases such as high blood pressure, heart problem, kidney failure, memory problem, depression and many more. Truly, there is no bodily system that is not absolutely tortured by this illness. Let us know what is diabetes, causes, side effects and how yoga can help to prevent it. What is diabetes? Diabetes is a chronic disease in which the body either does not produce enough insulin or unable to use the insulin the way it should be. Let me explain in simple words how the body uses food for energy. The body is made up millions of cells. The cell need food in a very simple form to make energy. Whatever we eat or drink is broken down in a simple sugar called glucose, that is the body's primary source of energy. Then it enters bloodstream. Same time the pancreas responds by producing insulin, which allows the glucose to enter in body cells to provide energy. Imbalance of insulin secretion results in increased blood glucose level referred to as hyperglycemia. When one's blood glucose is lower than normal, usually less than 60 milligram per deciliter is known as hypoglycemia. If left untreated, hypoglycemia may lead to coma. Let us know what is pancreas. Pancreas is a spongy tube shaped organ that is about 6 inches long and is located in the back of the abdomen, behind the stomach, in the sea of duodenum. The head of pancreas is on the right side of the abdomen. It is connected to the upper end of the small intestine, the narrow end of pancreas called tail. The pancreas makes pancreatic juices, hormones including insulin and secretions. There are three types of diabetes: type 1 or insulin dependent diabetes mellitus, IDDM. Usually it occurs at very young age or less than the age of 25 years. They are usually normal weight or even less than normal. There is no insulin secretion or insufficient insulin secretion. Sometimes it may juvenile diabetes as well. Type 2 or non-insulin diabetes mellitus, NIDDM, or maturity onset diabetes. Generally it occurs after the age of 40. Reasons due to overweight, overuse of alcohol, tea and white sugar, sedentary lifestyle or lack of exercise. Third is the gestational diabetes mellitus. It occurs during pregnancy. Unlike other type of diabetes, gestational diabetes is not permanent. Once baby is born, blood glucose level usually returns to normal very quickly. However, women who have had gestational diabetes have an increased risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. These are the following symptoms of diabetes: appearance of sugar in urine, frequent urination, excessive hunger and thirst, itching especially of the genital, energy loss, feeling of exertion, delay in the healing of wound, unexplained weight loss or weight gain, in advanced stage nausea, headache and vomiting. Though these symptoms can occur due to certain other reasons also, but the physician will suspect first the diabetes and ask for the urine and blood testing, and 90% of cases diabetes is confirmed. Friends, these are the key facts according to International Diabetes Federation. Approximately 463 million adults between the age of 20 to 79 years were living with diabetes. By 2045, this will rise to 700 millions. Nearly one third are unaware of it and are undiagnosed. 79% of adults with diabetes were living in low and middle income countries. Diabetes caused 4.2 million deaths. 80 to 90% have type 2 diabetes. Bad effects of diabetic condition if neglected. It may lead to heart attack or heart disease, kidney failure, diabetic retinopathy, paralytic attack, foot amputation due to gangrene, loss of memory or even madness. Last but not least, impotency. Friends, yoga is an art, a science and a philosophy which touches the life of a man at every level: physical, mental, emotional and spiritual. It is a practical method for making one's life useful, purposeful and noble. As yoga has been accepted as an alternate medicine, it has claimed to free diabetics from the clutches of this evil illness. I believe yoga has emerged as a new branch in medical science or even natural method of healing it. It may possibly change the method of medical science and give birth to such a therapeutic solution to all problems. Yoga helps you attain such an outlook. While modern medicines treat the disease, yoga treats the person. While modern medicine is palliative, yoga aims at removing the root cause. Yoga promises no cure for what is incurable, but it does enable you to cope better with your disease. Yoga teaches you to take good care not just for your diabetes, but of your whole self. God Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yuktahar viharasya yukt chestasya karmshu yukt swapna bodhasya yoga bhavati dukha. That means, for him who is moderate in eating and recreation, temperate in his actions, who is regulated in sleep and wakefulness, yoga becomes the destroyer of pain. But you have to follow these guidelines, which is very beautifully explained in Bhagavad Gita by God Krishna. Yoga has an important role to play in the treatment of diabetes. Yoga helps to control over mind and behavior, so one can easily control food habits and change the lifestyle to reduce the diabetes. It is believed that twisting movements of yoga helps in squeezing insulin out of pancreas, thus helps in treating diabetes mellitus. These following postures are found very useful in management of diabetes. First is Padhastasana. Raise your hands, palm facing forward. Breathe out and slowly bend forward from your lumbar. Rest your palms beside your feet. Hold your ankles. Breathe out, then touch your forehead to the knees. Breath should be normal. Now inhale and slowly raise your hands. Bring down your hands from the shoulders line and relax. Second is Mandukasana. Sit in Vajrasana. Close your fist. Place them close to your belly button. Press your tummy little hard. Breathe out and slowly bend forward. You may close your eyes here, but your breath should be normal. That gives very gentle massage to your abdomen. It activates your liver and pancreas. Inhale and slowly come back. Release your Vajrasana. Keep your legs straight. Next posture is Vakrasana. So fold your right leg. Keep your right foot close to your left knee. Right hand behind your back. Bring your left hand over the right knee. Hold your ankle or calf muscle. After that, breathe out and twist your trunk to the right. Squeeze as much as possible. Your breath should be normal. Now inhale, keep your head straight. Release your left hand, right hand, then keep your right leg straight. Similarly, we will practice with the left leg. Hold your left leg, ankle bone and knee bone together. Keep your left hand behind your back. Bring your right hand over the left knee. Hold your ankle. After that, twist your trunk to the left. Breath should be normal. Hold at least 15 seconds. Inhale, keep your head straight. Release your right hand, left hand, then keep your left leg straight. Next posture is Paschimottanasana. Let's practice. Raise your hands with inhalation over the head. Stretch your body. Breathe out and slowly bend forward. Hold your big toes or heels. Then rest your forehead on your knees. Both legs should be straight. Breath should be normal. Now slowly come back. Raise your hands. Bring down your hands from the side. Relax. Now take prone position. Make your mind for Bhujangasana. Fold your hands, place your palms close to chest. Join your legs, bring your chin on the mat. Now inhale, raise your head, chest up to navel. Put minimum weight on your hands. Take your head as far back as possible. Breath should be normal. Exhale and slowly come down. Stretch your hands forward. Next posture is Dhanurasana, bow pose. Release your stretching, bring your hands back. Make your mind for Dhanurasana or bow pose. Now fold your both legs, knees apart, hold your ankles with respective hands. Tense your legs, bring your chin on the floor. Inhale and raise both the legs, head, chest, look up. Breath should be normal. Exhale, bring down your head, then legs. Stretch your hands forward. Take supine position. Next posture is Pavan Muktasana. Wind releasing posture. Fold your both legs. Take your knees close to chest. Hug your knees. Interlock your fingers. Breathe out and raise your head. Adjust your chin between your knees. Maintain your posture at least 15 seconds. It gives very gentle massage to the visceral organs. Bring down your head, release your finger lock, feet on the floor, keep your legs straight. Now make your mind for Naukasana or boat pose. It is very useful in diabetes. Let's practice Naukasana. Raise both the legs at 45 degree, head, bring your hands, look at your toes, breath should be normal. Do experience the benefits of the posture. Bring down your hands, back and legs. Relax. Next posture is Halasana. Let's practice. Raise both the legs 30, 60, 90. Push your body, place your palms on your back. Rest your toes on the floor. After that, place your hands on the top of the head. Maintain your posture with normal breathing. Release your hands, rest your palms on the floor, lower your back, bring your legs at 90 degree, lower your legs 60, 30, then floor. Now take rest in Shavasana, legs apart, hands apart, palm facing up, gently close the eyes. Be introvert and relax the whole body by visualizing each part of the body one by one. Pranayama is very important part of yoga. The following sequence of pranayama and kriyas are very helpful in management and prevention of diabetes. First is Bhastrika Pranayama. At least we have to practice 2 minutes. Raise your hands with inhalation and come down with exhalation. Active inhalation, active exhalation in Bhastrika. Relax, rest your hands in any mudra and prepare yourself for Kapalbhati Kriya. There are 2 words, Kapal and Bhati. Kapal means forehead and Bhati means shine or glow. Hence, Kapalbhati is an exercise that brings glow on your face. Now we'll practice Kapalbhati. Take a deep breath. Exhale forcefully with a blowing sound. After that, relax your abdomen. Let it come down so air will blow. Air will glide in the lungs. Repeat the same action. Active exhalation, passive inhalation. Do practice Kapalbhati for 10 minutes. Next is Agni Sar Kriya. It looks like Kapalbhati, but in Agni Sar, you exhale forcefully, then pull your stomach in and out. Hold your breath out. Let's repeat one more time. Exhale. It tones your visceral organs. To practice at least 3 to 5 times. Now we'll practice Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. Make Pranayam Mudra. Close your right nostril with the thumb. Inhale through left. Exhale through right. After that, inhale through right. Fill your lungs up to brim. Exhale through left. This is one round of Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. You practice this pranayam minimum 10 minutes. Next is Bhramari Pranayam. Very important pranayam. In this pranayam, we make humming sound like a black bee. Let's practice Bhramari Pranayam in Shanmukhi Mudra. Plug the ears with the thumb. Rest your index finger on your eyebrow. Middle finger on your eyes. Little ring finger close to your nostril and little finger close to your lips. Very gently. After that, inhale and make a humming sound while you exhale. Do Bhramari Pranayam minimum 7 times. After that, practice meditation for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Rest your palm in your lap. Perform Bhaira Mudra. Relax your shoulders, back upright. Notice your breath. Gently draw your attention between the eyebrows. Just go deeper and deeper. Keep mild attention on your third eye, Guru Chakra or Agnya Chakra. Meditation is the 7th component of Ashtanga Yoga. It removes negative emotions such as anger, anxiety, frustration, and develops positive emotions. Meditation rejuvenates the body and mind and gives complete rest. A diabetic must avoid oily and spicy food, must follow these guidelines. A diabetic must pursue a low carbohydrate, low fat and moderate protein diet. Salad can be consumed in any quantity. Products made from refined wheat flours should be avoided. Fast food and other outside oily products should be avoided. Fruit juices should be avoided. Eat healthy and stay fit always. There are some golden suggestions to be happy. Have faith. Share your problems with your friends, neighbor, husband, parents, avoid negative criticism, give time to your family members, accept the situation which you cannot change. Thinking of your past, worrying of your future, please don't spoil your present. In the end, I hereby do appeal to all my Malaysian brothers, sisters and the whole world. Please do practice yoga. It will keep you healthy, happy and disease free. Thank you. Yoga has a complete message for humanity. It has a message for the human body. It has a message for the human mind, and it has also a message for the human soul by late Swami Kovalyanand ji.